Have you ever felt like certain family members are slowly draining your peace and happiness? It's like every time they're around, you're left feeling stressed, exhausted, or even frustrated. As we get older, shouldn't peace of mind be our greatest treasure? Why, then, do some family members seem to bring nothing but negativity into our lives? The truth is that not all family relationships are healthy, and some can harm your well-being. If you've ever felt overwhelmed or emotionally drained by a family member, you're not alone. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 4 types of family members you might want to avoid, especially as we age and deserve more peace. These are the people who steal your energy, make you question your worth, or keep you trapped in a never-ending cycle of negativity. But here's the catch. This isn't about cutting ties or being unkind. It's about protecting your health, happiness, and peace of mind. I'll also share practical, actionable tips on how to handle these family members, set boundaries, and protect your energy without causing drama. Whether you've had someone in your life who constantly brings you down or you're dealing with family members who lean on you too much, this video will guide you through the steps to reclaim your joy and live a life filled with positivity. Stay tuned until the end because not only will I help you identify these toxic family members, but I'll also show you exactly how to set boundaries that work. You deserve to surround yourself with uplifting relationships that nourish your soul. If you want to live a peaceful, happier life, this video is for you. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. The constantly negative or critical. Do you have that one family member who seems to carry a dark cloud with them wherever they go? No matter the situation, they find a way to dim the light. Perhaps it's the sister who meticulously points out every little imperfection, or the cousin who seems to have a worst-case scenario for every joyful moment. These are the individuals who always have something to critique. Your choices, your appearance, even your happiness. And their words seem to echo in your mind long after the conversation ends. But why does this behavior cut so deep, especially as we age? It's more than just a dampened mood or a passing annoyance. The truth is, being around constant negativity is like subjecting yourself to an invisible poison. Studies reveal that exposure to negative attitudes can elevate your stress levels, impacting not just your mental health but your physical well-being too. Our bodies and minds are intricately connected, and every sharp comment or critical jab slowly chips away at your confidence, your serenity, and your vitality. Think about it. At this stage in life, every moment becomes a treasure. Why allow someone to repeatedly muddy the waters of your peace? Imagine your life as a beautiful, serene garden, carefully nurtured and cherished, only for someone to stomp through it, leaving chaos in their wake. That's what constant negativity feels like. It invades and stains the very essence of your tranquility. Now, here's the hard truth. These individuals are unlikely to change. It's not your job to fix them, nor should you sacrifice your well-being trying to do so. However, there are ways to manage their presence without causing conflict or letting their negativity take root in your life. Limit your time together. If you find that spending time with this person consistently leaves you drained and disheartened, it's okay to step back. This doesn't mean cutting them out entirely. After all, they're family. But you can be mindful of how much time and energy you give them. Protect your peace like you would protect a precious jewel. Shift the conversation. When the criticism starts, gently steer the conversation in another direction. Say something like, "Let's talk about something positive," or "What's something good that happened to you this week?" You may not change their outlook entirely, but you can guide the interaction toward a lighter, more manageable tone. Set boundaries with grace. It's not easy to speak up, especially with loved ones, but sometimes it's necessary to draw a line for your well-being. A simple, firm response like, "I'd rather not discuss that," or "I'm focusing on positivity right now," can go a long way. You don't owe an explanation or justification for protecting your mental space. Boundaries aren't about punishing others. They're about loving yourself enough to maintain your inner harmony. Ultimately, remember this: you deserve to live a life filled with joy, love, and peace. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and create an environment that nourishes your soul. Life is too short to let someone else's darkness overshadow your light. Choose to focus on the beauty around you, and don't be afraid to guard it fiercely. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Now, as we move on, we'll discuss another challenging family dynamic. This next one might seem harmless on the surface, but it can drain you in a completely different way. Let's dive into the overly dependent family member. 2. The overly dependent. Let's take a moment to explore a deeply familiar yet often unspoken challenge within families: the overly dependent family member. This is the person who, whether intentionally or not, leans on you a little too much. They might constantly seek your help, rely on your finances, or expect your emotional support without offering much in return. It could be the adult child who hasn't quite leaped full independence, a sibling who always seems to have an urgent crisis, or a relative who quietly, or sometimes not so quietly, assumes you must rescue them from their troubles. At first, it can feel rewarding to be their pillar of strength. After all, being needed is often intertwined with feelings of love and importance. Who doesn't want to feel like the glue that holds a family together? But over time, this dependency stops being a sign of closeness and transforms into an emotional and physical drain. It shifts the dynamic into a one-sided relationship where you're endlessly giving, and they're perpetually taking. The longer this continues, the more it depletes your energy, strains your finances, and erodes your emotional well-being. You may not even notice it at first, but eventually, the weight of it can leave you feeling exhausted, stressed, and, sometimes, quietly resentful. This kind of dependency can be particularly challenging as you age. Your later years should be a time for self-reflection, relaxation, and enjoyment, a well-deserved reward for decades of hard work and sacrifice. You've spent much of your life taking care of others, raising children, supporting a partner, helping friends, and possibly even caring for aging parents. These responsibilities have shaped your life, but now it's your turn to focus on yourself. This is your season to pursue happiness on your terms, explore hobbies, travel, or simply enjoy a peaceful morning cup of tea without the nagging pull of someone else's demands. Yet, when an overly dependent family member enters the picture, they can easily disrupt this hard-earned tranquility. Their constant requests, whether for financial assistance, emotional support, or even help with simple tasks, can keep you stuck in a cycle of responsibility that should no longer rest on your shoulders. They may not realize the impact they're having, but you feel it deeply. The guilt of saying no, the worry of their reaction, and the heavy emotional toll of their continued reliance. The emotional toll of saying no. Let's be real. Setting boundaries with someone you love can feel heart-wrenching. The mere thought of disappointing them or being seen as selfish might keep you up at night. You might hear an inner voice whisper, "Their family. Aren't I supposed to help them?" This guilt can be overwhelming, especially when love and obligation are so tightly intertwined. But here's the truth. Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's necessary. Your well-being matters. It's not just about preserving your health and happiness, but also about ensuring that your relationships remain healthy and free of resentment. When you constantly give without limits, you risk enabling behavior that keeps them dependent and stunts their growth. By stepping back, you give them the opportunity and the responsibility to rise to their challenges. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do for someone is to let them discover their strength. Strategies for handling overly dependent family members. Navigating this dynamic isn't easy, but it is possible to address it with compassion and clarity. Here are some steps to help you regain control of your time and energy while still maintaining your familial bond. 1. Set clear and firm boundaries. Boundaries are not walls to shut people out. They are fences that protect your well-being. Be upfront about what you can and cannot do. For example, you might say, "I can help with X, but I can't take on Y." This way, you're clearly defining the limits of your support. Boundaries help shift the relationship from one-sided to balanced, showing them that while you care, you also have your own needs to prioritize. 2. Encourage independence. Many overly dependent family members don't realize how capable they truly are. They may lean on you out of habit or fear of failure. Encourage them to seek alternative solutions to their problems. For instance, if they're struggling financially, suggest they consult a financial planner or find a part-time job. If they're dealing with emotional challenges, recommend therapy or community support groups. Empowering them to handle their issues not only eases your burden but also boosts their confidence. 3. Communicate with compassion. How you deliver your message matters. Instead of saying, "You're too reliant on me," try reframing it as, "I need to focus on my health and happiness right now." This shifts the conversation away from blame and toward your personal needs, reducing the likelihood of defensiveness or conflict. By using "I" statements, you make it clear that your decision isn't about rejecting them, it's about honoring your boundaries. 4. Limit emotional involvement. One of the hardest parts of dealing with dependency is the emotional pull. You might feel guilty, worried, or even torn about saying no. But remind yourself that it's okay to put your own well-being first. Saying no doesn't mean you don't care, it means you're protecting yourself from burnout. It's important to recognize the difference between helping and enabling. Helping supports growth and independence. Enabling perpetuates reliance. 5. Lean on your support system. You don't have to navigate this alone. Share your feelings with trusted friends, family members, or even a therapist. Talking about your experiences can provide emotional relief and offer fresh perspectives. They might even help you see solutions you hadn't considered. 6. Focus on your happiness. This is your time to prioritize the activities and people that bring you joy. Whether it's gardening, traveling, spending time with grandchildren, or simply enjoying quiet moments, permit yourself to embrace the peace you've earned. Don't let someone else's needs overshadow your right to happiness. Embracing the freedom of boundaries. In the end, creating boundaries with an overly dependent family member isn't about pushing them away. It's about creating a healthier, more balanced relationship. You're teaching them to stand on their own while reclaiming the time and energy they deserve. Yes, it may feel uncomfortable at first. Yes, there might be moments of guilt. But over time, you'll realize that protecting your peace isn't just beneficial for you. It's beneficial for them too. This is your time to shine, to embrace the life you've built, and to focus on the things that truly matter to you. You've spent a lifetime supporting others. It's okay to support yourself now. And remember, saying no to overdependence doesn't mean you're saying no to love. It means you're saying yes to a healthier, happier future for everyone involved. Now, let's move on to another type of family dynamic that can disrupt your peace: the drama makers. 3. The drama makers. Let's delve deeply into a family dynamic that, while frustratingly common, can be one of the most emotionally taxing: the drama maker. These individuals often seem like they were born to stir up trouble, creating chaos wherever they go. If you've ever encountered one, you know exactly who I'm talking about. They're the family member who thrives on conflict, constantly gossiping, arguing, and finding reasons to blow even the smallest issue out of proportion. For them, life seems like an endless soap opera where they're both the star and the director. At first glance, their behavior may seem harmless, even entertaining. Perhaps you've laughed off their antics or excused their constant complaints by thinking they just need someone to talk to. But as time goes on, their presence begins to feel suffocating. Every conversation turns into a monologue about their latest crisis. Every family gathering is disrupted by their need to make everything about themselves. And just when you think the drama is over, they find a way to resurrect it. What makes drama makers especially challenging is their lack of accountability. They're quick to create turmoil but slow, if not completely unwilling, to acknowledge the damage they've caused. They'll drag you into their whirlwind, leave you emotionally depleted, and then act as though nothing happened. It's maddening. And if you're someone who values harmony and peace, being around them can feel like a direct assault on your well-being. The toll of drama on your emotional and physical health. While drama makers are exhausting at any age, their impact becomes particularly dangerous as you grow older. Aging is a time when you should be prioritizing peace, cherishing moments of joy, and focusing on what truly matters. You've likely spent decades navigating life's challenges, supporting others, and building a life of stability. The last thing you need is someone hijacking your hard-earned serenity with their chaos. Unfortunately, constant exposure to drama can take a toll on your health in ways that are often overlooked. The stress they generate can elevate your blood pressure, disrupt your sleep, and leave you feeling anxious or even depressed. Prolonged emotional stress isn't just a mental burden. It can manifest physically, leading to fatigue, weakened immunity, and even heart issues. And let's be honest, life is too short to let someone else's drama dictate your emotional state. The saddest part is that drama makers often don't realize, or don't care, how their behavior affects others. For them, the attention they receive outweighs the collateral damage they cause. And because they rarely reflect on their actions, they continue the cycle, leaving you to clean up the mess. Recognizing the patterns of a drama maker. Drama makers aren't always easy to spot, especially if you've grown accustomed to their behavior. Here are some telltale signs. They thrive on gossip. Whether it's spreading rumors or exaggerating the truth, they love being the center of attention by talking about others. They create problems out of thin air. Even the most minor inconvenience becomes a full-blown catastrophe in their hands. They drag you into their conflicts. They often seek validation or backup, making you feel obligated to take sides. They rarely take responsibility. When confronted, they either deflect blame or act like they're the victim. If any of this sounds familiar, you're likely dealing with a drama maker. But recognizing the problem is only the first step. The real challenge lies in protecting yourself from their influence while maintaining your emotional boundaries. How to protect yourself from drama makers. Dealing with a drama maker requires a combination of patience, strategy, and self-care. Here's how you can navigate their chaos while preserving your peace. 1. Stay neutral and avoid taking sides. Drama makers love to divide and conquer. By refusing to take sides, you're cutting off one of their primary sources of power. When they try to involve you in a conflict, respond with calm neutrality. Say things like, "I'd rather not get involved," or "I hope you can work this out." This approach not only protects you but also signals that you won't be an enabler of their behavior. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. 2. Set firm boundaries around gossip. Gossip is a drama maker's lifeline, and shutting it down is one of the most effective ways to disarm them. The next time they start bad-mouthing someone, redirect the conversation. You might say, "I'd rather talk about something positive," or "I'm not comfortable discussing this." Over time, they'll realize that you're not an easy target for their negativity. 3. Limit your availability. Drama makers often latch onto those who give them the most attention. If you find yourself constantly on the receiving end of their complaints, it's time to take a step back. Limit your availability by screening their calls or politely excusing yourself from situations where drama is likely to unfold. Protecting your time and energy isn't avoidance, it's self-respect. 4. Keep interactions short and focused. When you do have to engage with a drama maker, keep the conversation short and steer it toward neutral or positive topics. Avoid giving them opportunities to vent or escalate the discussion into conflict. If they try to pull you back into their chaos, respond with brief, neutral comments and gently change the subject. 5. Don't engage in their theatrics. Perhaps the most powerful strategy is simply refusing to engage. Drama makers need an audience to fuel their behavior. By remaining calm and detached, you take away their power. Remember, your peace of mind is worth more than your fleeting moments of attention. A personal reflection on peace and boundaries. As someone who's navigated complex family dynamics, I've learned that protecting your peace isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. Life is too short to be spent in the shadows of someone else's chaos. It's okay to prioritize your well-being, to set boundaries, and to walk away from situations that don't serve you. While it can be painful to distance yourself from a family member, it's often the most loving thing you can do for them and yourself. You deserve a life filled with joy, calm, and meaningful connections. Don't let a drama maker steal those precious moments from you. Embrace your right to peace, and remember, it's never too late to reclaim your happiness. And now, as we move forward, let's address another challenging type of family member: the manipulators and narcissists. These individuals are often harder to identify because their tactics are more subtle, but their impact can be just as damaging. Let's explore how to recognize their behavior and protect yourself. 4. Manipulators and narcissists. In every family, some individuals seem to possess an almost supernatural ability to get under your skin, make you question your worth, and guilt-trip you into doing things you don't want to do. These are the manipulators and narcissists, the masterful puppeteers who thrive on control and emotional power. They're experts at twisting reality and exploiting your sense of duty, kindness, or guilt for their benefit. Often, they disguise their intentions so cleverly that you might not even notice you're being played until you're left emotionally drained and doubting yourself. Sound familiar? Perhaps they've said things like, "I thought family always supported each other," or "After everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me." These words are not about love or care. They're calculated tools to manipulate your emotions and compel you to act against your own best interests. What makes dealing with these people so insidious is how they blur the lines between affection and control. They often portray themselves as deeply caring individuals who only want the best for you. Yet, beneath that facade lies an unrelenting focus on their own needs and desires. They are quick to twist situations to make you feel like the bad guy, even when you're simply trying to set healthy boundaries or protect your emotional well-being. For instance, you may try to express your feelings or say no to something unreasonable, only to be met with accusations of being selfish, ungrateful, or uncaring. This manipulation not only creates immense stress but also fosters feelings of guilt and isolation, especially in your later years, when your focus should be on peace, happiness, and meaningful connections. The emotional toll on aging hearts and minds. As we grow older, life should ideally become more peaceful. A time to reflect on your journey, enjoy your loved ones, and savor the fruits of your labor. Unfortunately, manipulators and narcissists have a way of stealing this peace, turning what should be your golden years into a battlefield of emotional exhaustion. Their tactics leave you questioning your decisions, doubting your self-worth, and feeling isolated from the very family members who might offer genuine love and support. This kind of emotional toll can weigh heavily, leading to stress, anxiety, and even physical health issues over time. And let's face it, you've spent a lifetime working hard, facing challenges, and navigating life's complexities. You deserve better than to spend your precious years battling someone else's selfish games. The saddest part is that manipulators often prey on your vulnerabilities. They know how much you value family, how deeply you care for others, and how much you fear being seen as uncaring or ungrateful. They use these values as weapons, exploiting your kindness to serve their own needs. This can be particularly harmful in old age when your emotional resources might already feel stretched thin. The constant stress they create can rob you of the joy and tranquility you've worked so hard to achieve. But here's the good news. You are not powerless. You can reclaim your peace and protect yourself from these toxic dynamics. It starts with understanding their methods, setting firm boundaries, and prioritizing your well-being. Strategies to protect your peace from manipulators and narcissists. 1. Recognize their manipulative tactics. The first step in breaking free from a manipulator's grip is recognizing their methods for what they are. Manipulators often rely on guilt, shame, flattery, or even charm to get their way. They may act like the victim, exaggerate their sacrifices for you, or use your emotions against you. For example, they might say, "You're the only one I can count on," or "I can't believe you'd do this to me after everything I've done for you." These phrases are not expressions of love, they're tools of control. When you start to notice these patterns, remind yourself that their behavior reflects their needs, not your shortcomings. Recognizing manipulation is the first step toward breaking free. 2. Set clear, unshakable boundaries. Manipulators thrive on testing your limits. They'll push and prod until they find a way to break through your defenses. That's why it's crucial to set firm, non-negotiable boundaries. Decide what you are willing and not willing to tolerate, whether it's constant financial demands, intrusive questions, or emotional blackmail. Once you've drawn that line, stand your ground. You don't owe them elaborate explanations or justifications. A simple, "I'm not comfortable with this," or "I can't do that," is enough. Expect pushback. Manipulators rarely give up without a fight. But remember, your peace and well-being are worth the discomfort of saying no. 3. Resist emotional blackmail. Few things are more hurtful than hearing phrases like, "After all I've done for you," or "You're the only person who cares about me." These are classic examples of emotional blackmail, designed to make you feel guilty and compliant. But you don't have to fall into this trap. Instead, respond calmly and assertively. "I understand how you feel, but I need to take care of myself too." By refusing to engage in their guilt-driven narrative, you reclaim your power and protect your emotional health. 4. Protect your privacy and vulnerabilities. Manipulators often use personal information as leverage. The more they know about your struggles, finances, or feelings, the more ammunition they have to control you. Protect yourself by keeping conversations light and neutral. Share only what you feel comfortable sharing, and avoid divulging sensitive details. By limiting their access to your vulnerabilities, you reduce their ability to exploit you. 5. Surround yourself with support. Dealing with a manipulative family member can feel isolating, but you don't have to face it alone. Lean on trusted friends, supportive family members, or even professional counselors who can offer guidance and encouragement. Sometimes, just knowing you're not alone can make all the difference. Having someone to validate your feelings and remind you of your worth can help you stay strong in the face of manipulation. Reclaiming your peace, a gift you deserve. Ultimately, protecting yourself from manipulators and narcissists isn't about cutting people out of your life or creating unnecessary conflict. It's about honoring yourself, your needs, your boundaries, and your well-being. It's about saying, "I matter too," and refusing to let anyone rob you of your joy and peace. As you navigate these challenges, remember this. Setting boundaries is an act of love, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. When you prioritize your mental and emotional health, you become a source of strength and inspiration for others. And most importantly, you reclaim the happiness and tranquility that are rightfully yours. You've lived through so much, worked so hard, and given so generously. Now is the time to focus on you, your peace, your joy, and your fulfillment. Let go of the guilt, release the burden of others' expectations, and embrace the freedom of living life on your terms. You deserve nothing less. Let's take a heartfelt moment to reflect on the 4 types of family members you may need to distance yourself from to nurture a healthier and more joyful life. These relationships, while deeply rooted in history and shared experiences, can sometimes become overwhelming and emotionally taxing. The constantly negative or critical. These are the family members whose words feel like sharp thorns in your heart. Their relentless criticism and pessimism can chip away at your confidence and dim the light in your soul. They might not realize the weight their negativity places on you, but it's a heavy burden to bear. Protecting yourself from their energy isn't selfish. It's an act of self-preservation. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The overly dependent. These individuals lean so heavily on you that you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's exhausting, isn't it? You love them, but their dependence can leave you drained and empty. Taking a step back doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're choosing to recharge so you can offer support without losing yourself. The drama makers. These are the family members who seem to thrive on chaos and conflict. Their issues often pull you into a whirlwind of stress, leaving you emotionally battered and longing for peace. Life is challenging enough without being caught in a storm of unnecessary drama. Setting boundaries here is like building a sanctuary for your spirit. The manipulators and narcissists. Perhaps the most insidious of all, these individuals use guilt and emotional blackmail to keep you under their control. Their actions can leave you questioning your worth and second-guessing your decisions. Breaking free from their grasp isn't easy, but it's one of the most empowering steps you can take for your well-being. It's important to acknowledge how hard it can be to distance yourself from family, especially when love and loyalty are involved. But remember this: choosing to set boundaries isn't an act of rejection, it's an act of self-love. You are saying, with courage and conviction, I value my peace, my joy, and my happiness enough to protect them. By creating space, you're allowing room for healthier, more fulfilling connections to blossom, and for your inner light to shine brighter than ever. So, if you find yourself needing to step back, know that you're not alone in this struggle. It's okay to prioritize yourself. It's more than okay. It's necessary. You deserve a life filled with love, harmony, and fulfillment. And sometimes, that begins with a simple yet profound decision to put yourself first. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed. Which of these types of family dynamics stood out to you the most? Have you encountered any of these challenges in your life? More importantly, what steps will you take to protect your peace and prioritize your well-being moving forward? We'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments below one powerful lesson you've learned from this video and how you plan to bring it into practice in your own life. Your insights might inspire someone else on their journey to creating healthier boundaries and a more joyful existence. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue creating content that inspires and empowers. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.